let's talk about getting hit. But right now, when we shoot the enemy, he just kind of... First off, when we shoot him, like, the projectile is pushing him away. And that's mostly because the mass of the projectile, I think, is the same. So I can change that real quick. Projectile. Let's make this guy's mass like, yeah, it's gonna put 0, it's gonna go to 0, 0, 1. When I hit play. Oh man, look, they're just bouncing off him. That's something that you can, you know, it's just a little thing, but something. Now let's do damage. So the simple thing we can do first is when an enemy is hit, whenever an enemy is hit, we can just destroy it. So let's start there. So we can make it here on collision, enter 2D. So this is when we collide with something, we are going, this is a Unity event, a message that comes from them. Whenever we collide with something, we can do something. So the first thing we can do is, let's return it to the pool, because we're done with the thing. We're not going to need it anymore. Unless the bullet was like piercing or something, we don't want to do it. The other thing we could do is collision.gameObject. So we have the game object we're hitting, so we can go guy. This is actually will fail though, because how the enemies are instantiated right now won't work. So instead, we'll just we'll just call destroy for now, and we'll make that better just to see this working in action real quick. So when we shoot the enemy, he should just die. Boom! Yeah, it's fun, but it's not very exciting because there's a lot of stuff going. There's a lot of stuff. You know, 1 health, which might be fine in a lot of these games. I think a lot of them do have 1 health in some of these games. But for this purposes, let's add some health. Let's create a damage system so that it's a little more interesting. Let's look at the ship. So first thing, ship data. Let's add a health variable here. Public. Let's make it int health equals 10. As a default value. Yeah, I think it's a fine default value for what I'm going to use. Now for the ship. Now we have this data here. We're going to have to do something with it. So every ship's going to have to know about their health. So we can do a public int health get private set. So we don't want anybody to like be setting the health or anything, right? We want to control it. So we're making the thing private. Or do we want that actually? We probably want it to be a damage function instead of setting it. We probably want something like let's see, public void do damage am We probably want something like that. That way we can do some logic when we take the damage. So first, for now though, health will be minus equal damage. So we're just going to subtract the damage from it, from the thing's health, and then if health less than or equal to 0, then we can just, for now, destroy game object. So we're gonna have to turn this into the, you know, the prefab pulling stuff too. So for now, in our projectile, on close and enter, instead of doing this, we can do ship equals collision dot game object dot get component ship if it is a ship, then we're going to do ship dot do damage and then let's say all projectiles do 1 damage for now. Okay, so this will work. There's a lot of problems with this, but one step at a time. Oh, this music turned off again. I don't understand. Okay, so let's see. He's gonna take like 10 hits to kill. 1 up. No, he's not. You know why? Because we never set the health. So private void awake. We have to actually set the health. Health equals ship data dot health. So now when I shoot it, it takes 10 hits to kill him. Hard to count, but you know, if we do 3, I'll be able to see it easier, I guess. Ready? 1, 2, 3, boom, he's dead. So what's bad about this though is, first, you know, we're calling destroy, which is never a good thing. We're gonna have to recycle them. So one thing we can do, that's one thing. The other thing is we're checking for a ship here, and that's not really the best bet. We should do something a little more generic so that like if we have you know, obstacles, you know, asteroids or something, you know, actually we can probably add some asteroids to show you. Asteroid. I think there is an asteroid thing. What is this guy? Yeah, there's a little asteroid here. Let's put this in here. Does it do anything? It just, okay, cool. It doesn't have any collision on it or anything, but I can just add some rigid body 2D. No gravity. And a capsule collider 2D, right? Let's make this. Yeah, that's perfect. Look at that. So when we shoot this guy, he's taking damage, but this guy's not, because he's not a ship. He is not a ship. why sometimes they pop off like that. But let's make it so that we can make anything take damage, essentially. So the way we're going to do this is we're going to create an interface. So in here, let's create a folder. Damage system, maybe. And let's create a ship. This is going to be called damage receiver, R-E-C-E-I-V-E-R. Is that how you spell receiver? R-E-C-E-I-V-E-R. Let me Google that real quick. R-E-C-E-I-V. I'm not a good speller. Yeah, I got it. Nice. So we're gonna start there. This is gonna be an interface. Instead of a model behavior. Well, another thing we could have done is just made a component for it. But I'd rather just keep our component count down, because if we have too many components, things can get out of hand. Especially because later on, if this gets far, then there's probably going to be a lot of components on each thing, and this will help manage it. And so here, let's call our do damage function int damage. And so really, this is all that we need for this interface. So for a ship, we can say, hey, I'm also an iDamage receiver. And we can go, hey, we can make this a region for clarity's sakes. And say, this is how we take damage. So any thing can listen to it now. But now in the projectile, instead of doing get component that, we need to do we need DAM damage receiver. Let's try this. So it should still work, but now it would be a better system. Yep, see, still dies. Because now if we go and we have ships, let's create a C# script and call these, oops. I was going to call it asteroid, asteroid. Create a folder called obstacles. And plop in the asteroids class there. And then so here, we can go and just add this. And all we're going to do is, first off, let's remove this. We don't need this yet. We want to actually create a root object, like kind of how we did these guys, how they have graphics underneath. I don't actually need a graphics root because this will be the whole graphics object, but I do want to add put the rigid body up here in the capsule collider. Let's copy component here, base component values. Zero these out, remove this, remove the rigid body. Let's put these up here. And like, you know, these are just placeholder art still. Let's make this mass like 3 or something. Maybe, nah, maybe that's too much. 2. Yeah, it's just 1's fine actually. Let's add the asteroid script on. So what's the asteroid script gonna do? So I think the asteroid strip is gonna do what's kind of what the enemy ships are doing, which is just move in one direction. For now. But they also are gonna need this guy. So let's bring the ship over here. And I'm going to call this an eye damage receiver. And we just want to move, just create the same stuff. We want a physical body so that we can keep track of it. We don't really want a velocity. We just want to do transform dot right. To vector 2. We gotta cast it to vector 2. And body 2D move position. Yeah, we can just put it all in physics update for now. So we just want to keep this as simple as possible. Now we also have to create a damage receiver. Copy this whole block. And so maybe all asteroids for now don't even have a health. Whenever they take damage, they will die. So less variables. And boom. That's all it is for now. Maybe we'll make the asteroids take damage. Maybe not. But this will allow it. So it's gonna start moving in one direction, which we want this guy to be rotated at least 180, right? So that's gonna move this way. And then let's see how it works. He should die in 1 hit. He's moving slow. Boom, dead, 1 hit. Yay! So that works. So we still gotta get rid of these destroys, but now we have a way to deal damage generically to anybody, and so anybody can just implement that interface and they can take damage. I'm gonna try to fix this music situation again. Okay, I'm gonna try the web browser. I was using the app and it seems to not work all the time. Okay, we're flying through this. Okay, so let's do some more stuff. So first off, let's make this a prefab. So let's put these, where do we put these? Oh, we put them with that. So let's put this with the obstacles. Let's make it a prefab so it's good. Let's see the project. We're good. Next we want to add maybe like a little, let's create a little particle effect. Try to do it really quick and simple. Let's create. We want to make it a circle, right? Circle. Rotated wrong. 0. I'll add some color to it. Something simple. Make some orange. Render. Let's make some maybe size of our lifetime. Can we flip it? Lifetime, let's decrease the duration. Make it more of a burst. $50. Kind of like something, right? Something. This is just using default particles. We can make it fancier later. I'll actually add another particle system under it to maybe do some sort of like. Actually, let's duplicate it and we'll put it under it. Do something a little different, and we'll do like a scaled stretch billboard. That's a little more different. Let's make these like a red. We don't want as many of them either. And maybe increase the lifetime a little bit of it. I want them to like scale. I don't know. It'd be something. Maybe a little too much. Definitely too much red. Let's make this like something. Yeah, let's do that. Remove this. Try to make like more of like a streak thing. Yeah, it's kind of more. Need smaller size, I think. Arm. This will be like stretching it. Maybe 0.5 is better. Maybe I should do a burst. 0.5. Kind of cool. Do like. Okay, let's remove this. Yeah, maybe that. Flipping, turn off. It's hard to see it from over there, but. Yeah, let's try that. Let's call this our explosion for now. This is on the fly, like you can probably create a better one. But let's create a thing called in here. Let's call it effects. Let's plop this guy in here. And then so we should actually probably turn looping off. We're gonna override apply. Yeah, that should work. And now when we die, when the ship dies, we can have a bunch of effects that spawn. So let's do, for now, let's do one. Public game object, death effect. So here we want to go, instead of, we want to go here, prefab manager.instance.instantiate, create instance, death effect, transform.position, transform.rotation, right? So when the ship dies, let's see, effects, explosion, let's apply this. I'll apply it to the player 2 for now. Overrides. Well. 1, 2, 3. This still doesn't have it, but we can add a separate explosion. We can do the same thing if we wanted to. I'll do that for now, just so there's something that's showing up. And you'll see that right now, the way this works, the pooling is not working on them because we're never returning them to the pool. So we created an explosion. It's still active. You can see it's still active. Oh, I didn't assign it to the asteroid. That's why I got that error. Let's apply it to. So 1, 2, 3, it explodes. This should explode in one hit. Cool. Now, it's never returning the pool particles. So we got to do that. And one way we can do it is a simple utility function that's like well, where should I put this? Maybe a general. Well, actually, yeah. So I could either do it, let's call this a turn to pool after time. So what we're going to do here is just a simple script that we could attach on any sort of object. All it's going to say is public float time until return. So void update. All this is going to do, this is just a data parameter saying how long until it returns. And then in here is a timer. So we'll just timer plus equals time.delta time. If timer is greater than or equal to time until return, then we want to just prefab pool manager dot instance dot return the pool game object, just like that. And then we can set the timer. We can also set the timer back to 0 because that way we can just reset it here. We don't have to worry about it. You can also reset it on disable because it's going to be disabled. We return the thing to the pool. But that's another thing to add to our effect here. So we know the effect is only like a second. So like we can just say return to pool after time and say 1.5 seconds. Yeah. So let's save project. So boom, boom, boom. Explosion happened. Oh, it's back in the pool, so it should be reused. Boom, it's reused. So there's only ever one created. It's back in the pool. Just like that. But the actual explosion it's even shorter than 1 second, but yeah. We can probably even do it down to 1. Just don't want to make it too low. Otherwise you won't see it at all. You know. There you go. Boom. Cool. So now we got some stuff exploding. It's pretty efficient. I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, hit the like button, and if you want to see more, hit the subscribe button. I'm also happy to answer any questions or comments below. Thanks so much for watching.